I'm taking a shortcut before.
Through the gardens?
What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
What's the matter, guys? Never taken a shortcut? Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have been best friends since the 1990s, and when they work together, some of their movies have been just so funny. But which ones are the best? Hi, my name's Carl. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a Simon Pegg and Nick Frost special. When I was doing research for this video, I was actually surprised about how many times these two have actually worked together. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised on this one. Obviously, we have that famous Cornetto trilogy, but we also have other movies too, like Paul, and also Slaughterhouse Rules as well. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, Carlini09, please consider subscribing and sharing if you can. It really does help the channel out and I'd really appreciate it. I've chosen 6 of their best movies, stroke series, which in my personal opinion, I think they're their best. And we're going to go from 6 down to 1. But actually there was more than 6 movies, including this Star Wars clip.
He makes a whistle, he communicates via a system of beeps and whistles. He doesn't say bleep, blap. Go like this. Try that. No, no. Boot. Look, I'll take 3 steps. Yeah. I'll say my line again, and then try and make it sound like a series of sophisticated bleeps and whistles, okay? All right. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, let's just say it in English. All right.
These two just work brilliantly together. Nick Frost actually met Simon Pegg way back in the 1990s in a Mexican restaurant in North London where he was working as a waiter, and the rest, they say, is just history. They've also worked together a few times with director Edgar Wright as well. Now, I do have 6 honourable mentions. These are movies that didn't actually make my top 6 list. Either that's because they were an animation movie or both Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were uncredited for their roles. The first movie I have is Spider-Plant Man from 2005. This starred Rowan Atkinson and Mackenzie Crook. And now Nick Frost, he played a scientist in this movie and Simon Pegg played a reporter. The next movie I have is Grindhouse from 2007. Nick Frost, he played a baby eater and Simon Pegg played a bearded cannibal, and they were both uncredited for that role. The next 3 honourable mentions that I haven't included are animation movies, and they did the voices for them, and that's The Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn from 2011. We also have Ice Age Continental Drift from 2012 and Box Trolls from 2014. And the last movie that I've got to give an honourable mention for that they both appeared in is Cuban Fury from 2014. Nick Frost, he played Bruce in this movie, and Simon Pegg was a driver in the car park. Before we move on, please do get involved and join me in the comments. I would love to know, what are your favourite top 3 Nick Frost and Simon Pegg movies? I would love to hear. I've got a feeling it's going to be the Cornetto trilogy, but you might surprise me, you never know. Okay, let's move on to my top 6 list of their best movies. I have actually found out some facts about the movies as well, so I will be looking down and read you the facts as well, just as we go along. Okay, let's get started. Please remember, it's not the right order, it's just my order. Just a little bit of fun. Number 6, Slaughterhouse Rules from 2018. This was a horror comedy movie. Number 5 is a series I did recently that appeared on Amazon Prime, Unsolved Mysteries. I did actually do the review for this one if you want to check it out. It was an okay series. I just feel that Simon Pegg should have been in it a little bit more alongside Nick Frost. Number 4, the movie I've chosen is Hot Fuzz From 2007, Nicholas Angel. He's a top London police officer and he gets transferred to a quiet village of Sanford. But the village has a secret. Now, I did actually find out a couple of facts about this movie. The first one being Nick Frost only agreed to do the movie if he could choose the name of his character in that movie. Also, he was asked to watch over 20 action movies for his role. He only ever ended up watching one, and that was Bad Boys from 2003. And this is the second movie in the Cornetto trilogy. And we have blue, which represents the police. Red for Shaun of the Dead, now that represents the blood of zombies. And lastly, we have green from World's End, and that represents the science fiction elements. You probably know that already, but I just thought I'd put that one out there. Also, we have Simon Pegg. He had weapons training in preparation for his role as Nicholas Angel, and he also learnt to skid a bike properly as well. Also, the voice that comes over the tannoy in the supermarket is director Edgar Wright. And lastly, Simon Pegg got attached so much to his Mossberg shotgun, he named it Sarah. And also Nick Frost, he got attached to his shotgun in the movie, which was the Winchester shotgun, and he named it Emma. Number 3, The World's End from 2013. The story follows Gary King, played by Simon Pegg. Now, he is determined to reunite his friends from his youth and attempt an historic pub crawl from his youth days. As they start their pub crawl, they start to realise that something bigger is going on. Will they ever reach the World's End? A few facts I did actually find out about the World's End. The show's sign for the King's Head actually features Simon Pegg on the actual sign. And also the fruit machine in the King's Head has the same tune as the fruit machines in Shaun of the Dead and also Hot Fuzz as well. During the apocalypse scene, residents of Dorking in Surrey actually phoned the fire brigade in real life because they actually thought nearby Box Hill was actually on fire. And lastly, the 8th pub, The Mermaid, is actually a cinema in real life. Number 2, who have I chosen? I've gone with a very funny movie from 2011, Paul. This also stars Jason Bateman and also Sigourney Weaver as well. And the story follows Clive and Graham, and they're on holiday in the US and they've just come out of Comic-Con, and they decide to hire an RV and head to UFO country Roswell. And when they come across this alien called Paul that actually talks and swears a lot as well. A very funny movie. I did actually find out a few facts about Paul as well. Fact number 1 is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost come up with the idea for Paul while they were waiting out a rainstorm while shooting Shaun of the Dead. The film was made to show their love for Steven Spielberg, their favourite movies there being Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 1977 and also E.T. as well from 1982. Now, Steven Spielberg, he got wind of this movie and suggested that he made a cameo appearance in some sort of way. In this case, he was the voice on the speakerphone. There's a scene where we see Jason Bateman in the car. Now, he's talking on the radio to one of the big guns, Sigourney Weaver, and he ends the call by shooting the radio and saying, "Boring conversation anyway." This is a direct reference to A Star Wars A New Hope from 1977. And lastly, there's a few other references in Paul to other movies, including Hot Fuzz, Titanic, The Blues Brothers, and The Goonies, and also Blind Fury as well. Number 1, I've chosen a comedy horror movie from 2004. It can only be one movie, Shaun of the Dead. This is such a funny movie. My favourite scene is where we see Shaun, he's on the bus, and it's pretty much what used to be pretty much a reference to real life. Next time you're on public transport, have a look around you. It is such a funny movie. I did actually find out a couple of facts about Shaun of the Dead. I'm not going to go too much into it. Shaun and Ed's friendship is actually based on when they used to share a flat together. Fact number 2 is almost all the part bit characters we see in the movie Shaun of the Dead show up later in the movie as zombies. And fact number 3 is Shaun tells Liz that he's going to take her to the place that does all the fish. Now, when Shaun opens up the phone book, we can quite clearly see a place that does all the fish. And that is my number 1 choice of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movies. It has to be, for me personally, Shaun of the Dead. It's one of my favourites. Please do get involved. Join me in those comments. What are your favourite Simon Pegg and Nick Frost top 3 movies. Is it going to be this Cornetto trilogy? I have a feeling it probably will be. One actual fact I did actually find out of the Cornetto trilogy, all the main action scenes in all the Cornetto trilogy is actually filmed in a pub. And that is it from me. If you like this video, please do give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe if you can. Honestly, it really would help the video and it does mean a lot as well. You've been watching Carl on the channel Carlinio9. Bye-bye. Guys, never taken a shortcut, or... No, I'll just say never taken a shortcut. Am I right here?
Yeah.
Want me to go back?
No, it's fine.
Ready? Never taken a shortcut? Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have been best friends since the 90s, and when they work together, some of their movies have been so funny. Oh, I'll do it again. I messed up because I ran. I'll do it this way, okay? Okay, there we go. What's the matter, guys? Never taken a ready? What's the matter, guys? Never taken a shortcut? Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have been friends since the 90s, and when they work together, some of their movies are the best.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Was it?
I got the camera right, and you really messed it up.
I know. Do it again.
I know.
Last take. These be outtakes. I don't want to say it was